Nuclear Clown TV is live and on the air. And this is my cat. So if you see his tail up in the video, it's a cat tail and not other parts of me. I'm your radiated host, Dave, and today I'd like to talk about a movie I just got back from seeing. Denzel Washington in The Book of Eli. I got a soft spot for these post-apocalyptic, bomb-ridden, shantytown having, clean water finding, nuclear population type movies. I'm going to give a lot of spoilers in the review because I do that with all my reviews. I'm sorry, but my non-spoiler review, which I'll get out of the way right now, is it was okay. It was all right. Now I forgave a lot with this movie because I really am into kind of the genre, I guess. So yeah, there was a lot of stuff that was iffy, you know, but it was all right, I guess. I read a lot of really bad reviews on it, and on Rotten Tomatoes, it got a really low score. So I was expecting a horrible movie, and it wasn't horrible. Was it good? Some of it was alright, but overall, I'm going to have to say no. But mashing everything together, and I know it sounds weird, but it was okay. It was alright. But I am predisposed, being nuclear myself. If you were to look outside my window, you would see everything is radiated. So I feel a kinship with this film. But yeah, that's my non-spoiler review. It was all right. Now let's start spoiling a whole bunch of stuff. So Denzel Washington is he's got a Bible, and it's the last Bible in the world, or so we're led to believe. And Gary Oldman is like a rich guy, and he runs a town. And he's got a lot of money, and he's got a lot of guns, and a lot of trucks with like Gatling guns and bazookas in them. Okay. And Gary Oldman wants to open up more towns, and he wants people to come to these towns, and he believes that if he has the Bible, he can control people like has been done throughout, you know, history. So he sends his people out to bring back any books they find, and hoping that one is the Bible, so he can use it to manipulate people. And it just so happens Denzel Washington strolls into the town, and he's got a copy of this book. I mean, all the irradiated stars are in alignment. So Gary Oldman says, "Give me the book," and Denzel's like, "Get your own book." And they fight, and they fight back and forth, and then they run, and then they gotta chase him, and so on and so on. Alright, the plot I thought would have served itself a lot better if Gary Oldman, or if everyone in general, was kind of like a yokel, and they had no idea about the Bible except it was a book of great power. So the bad guy, in Dave's perfect dream movie world, the bad guy would have been like, the Bible is a great source of power and it can influence people. If I had this great book, I can do things with it. Almost like a, you know, like he doesn't know. He thinks it's like a book with magic powers or something like that. I think that would have been a kind of neat, fun thing. To have that kind of ignorance gone wild, you know, it would make sense. Like he doesn't know. He just hears legends that this book may or may not have been the reason for the war and the world being the way it is. So he wants it so he can open up a BJ's or something. That would have been cool, but it seemed like it was purely, you know, if I have a Bible, people will come to my town and I can manipulate them. That's the extent of my plan. I don't know. He didn't seem to me anyway, to be the sort of a charismatic leader that could, even if he had the Bible, could twist it in his own way. Just the character, he seemed kind of grubby and petty. If they pulled him off as more of a real smooth talker and a very intelligent bad guy, then yes, then that's something to be scared to be scared of when he has information that others do not. That I can get. But what's funny is he has this wife, girlfriend, prisoner. I don't know. In the beginning of the movie, he gets her shampoo, and like his men bring back shampoo, and he's like, "Oh, shampoo, nice," and he gives it to her, and he's washing her hair, and I was like, "Oh, isn't that sweet? He must like her a lot." No, she's like a slave or something, and he treats her real bad. But the first impressions are so important, obviously. And in movies, 1,000 times more so. So the first time we see these two together, he's lovingly petting her hair and washing her hair. And then the rest of the movie, he's slapping her around and treating her like crap. And I don't get it. I don't get what the point was. So anyway, she has a daughter, and she's blind, the lady that he's with. And the daughter ends up leaving with Denzel Washington. This part didn't make much sense to me either. She's like, well, Denzel, she doesn't call him Denzel, I don't think. She says, I have to stay with you, I have to sleep with you, or my mom, or he's gonna hurt my mom, So she's like, just tell him you did stuff to me, and I'll lay on the floor. Okay, so I get it. So she's taking one for the team, so he doesn't hurt her mom. But then the first chance she gets, she skips town with Denzel. Isn't he gonna hurt her mom then too? Her character was kind of all over the place. And I kind of found it really funny how every guy has gnarled up teeth, not unlike mine, and they're all dirty, not unlike me, and they're all unattractive, not unlike me, because they're in this radioactive hellhole. Yet the girl in the movie is dazzlingly beautiful, and her mother is dazzlingly beautiful. I don't know. It was pretty silly a little bit. But the action I thought the action was really well done. It was short and quick and really brutal and fast, and I liked that. It fit in kind of with the setting. And it wasn't really an action movie. I was expecting kind of more. There was a big gunfight, and then there was a couple of little skirmishes or whatever. But all in all, there wasn't that much action. Or at least I didn't think so. I didn't mind so much, but I was kind of expecting more. But it was well done. And during the gunfight in particular, I thought this was really neat. They're holed up in this house with these old people who are comic relief, I guess, and they got an arsenal of weapons. Okay. And the big gunfight breaks out. And the camera kind of goes from inside the house to outside to inside again, but it doesn't cut and edit. It's like the camera is fluidly moving back and forth. And I've never seen that before. Maybe I just don't watch too many movies. But I haven't seen that technique used, and I think it was really good. That was pretty neat. I hadn't seen that before. And I thought the music was good, too. The music had this sort of very different feel to it. In the beginning, just the ambiance music, I guess, in the background, I thought it was really, really good. It was something different. It wasn't just your typical epic movie, action movie type score, and I think it served the film well. But the end of the movie, it's Fahrenheit 451. He remembers the Bible, so he goes to people in Alcatraz who have a fortress set up or something, and they have a printing press. So he sits there and he recites the Bible, and they write it and they print it, and everybody goes home happy. But he gets a gut shot. Gary Oldman shoots Denzel Washington in the gut and leaves him there to die. And then the girl comes back for him, and he's up and walking around, and she's like, "Come on, let's go finish your quest." And they drive up west. They even take a rowboat. Gut shot, mind you. Gun, gut, bang. Bullet is in there somewhere. But he's rowing boats. And he gets there and he manages to recite the entire King James Bible before dying. He dies at the end. But before he goes, he's going to finish the journey and ride all the way down there and row a boat all the way down there and recite the entire King James Bible and then die. All right. Yeah. Listen, the Book of Eli. I don't know. I guess I should be more offended by, like, did I think the movie sucked? No, I didn't. Parts of it did, and a lot of parts of it didn't make sense. I saw a really good movie in there if they shuffled some things around, got rid of some stuff, and focused on more things. And this is Nuclear Clown TV, and I am signing off.
Oh, shit.